So my name is Matt Tracy. I work for Metro. I've been working on clean fuels policy issues now for about 5.5 years. We're a current CMAQ grant recipient. We're in the process of building a compressed natural gas station to serve some of our partners in the refuge community over in our Northwest Industrial Park Transfer Station in North Portland. And Rick talked to me a couple weeks ago and said, you know, you should probably introduce these awards. The first award that I'm happy to introduce to give here is to Brian Trice, and it's an Innovator Award. Brian and I met many years ago when Brian was putting together his Green Transportation Summit conferences. And I met this guy who was really excited about all types of fuels in the trucking industry. He was working in the trucking industry. And I was pretty impressed by his knowledge and have continued to be so throughout our trudging through trying to basically get these gas stations put into place here in the state of Oregon. And I think there's not probably a more knowledgeable guy about the true breadth of knowledge with regard to trucks, technology, services, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm very, very happy to introduce Brian and to give him this Innovator Award from Clean Cities Coalition and folks that work together with Brian on the board and in putting together these conferences. So I'm happy to introduce Brian Trice, please.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody for showing up to this today. I'd really like to thank Rick Wallace for putting this entire thing together, so I think we should give him a round of applause. So yeah, I kind of just going to go through a brief process of where I started and where we're at now, specifically with our shows. So I'm just going to kind of zip through. A lot of you guys have been to most of my shows over the last 4.5 years now, and then we have another one coming up too, and I'll kind of briefly talk about that.
Want me to drive that for you?
Okay. All right, so where we started, or where I started at. Started back here back in 2011, and this is when I was with McCoy Freightliner. And the first event that I ever did was this little workshop here. Freightliner Custom Chassis had come out with the all-electric commercial truck. It was the first of its kind for a all-electric vehicle. So we had this little workshop here, and I think we had about 90 different fleets show up, and I thought, all right, well, this is kind of cool. So about, let me see, is the next one? All right, so that's the following one. That was roughly 6 months later. I kind of got excited about that one. I'm like, all right, well, I want to talk about more. I want to, talk about all the different products that Freightliner had. Because during that time, Freightliner was leading the way, as far as all the different applications go, for all fills. Really, probably to this day, I mean, they still do. So we held this one here. We were expecting, maybe 100, 150 people. We had, 200 people show up for it. You can't see it, but Rick Wallace is in one of these. I don't have a good view from here, so I can't really see it. But so we did that one, and then I was really starting to get a lot of, folks, a lot of the different OEMs and OEs reaching out to me about actually like including their products, from Kenworth and from Peterbilt, and Westport, and all these different companies and stuff. And so then we did right after this show. Okay, 2012. Kind of stepped outside from the dealership, and we did this show out in Salem at the conference center out there. And I kind of, we had different companies coming in. It wasn't just Freightliner products, so we had a bunch of different things happening. So, we had Blue Star Gas, well, of course it was Freightliner, but and then that's that. So that's 2012. we decided to start a new company when I was at McCoy Freightliner called Trice Solutions. You know, because we were a Freightliner dealership, we wanted to be a conflict. You know, because we were working with Peterbilt and Mack and Volvo and Hino and all these different companies. So we started Trice Solutions, and this is where we introduced the Green Transportation Conference itself. And this is our first show, or actually, I'm sorry, this is the second show. The first one was Salem, but this is the second show. You know, we had 550 plus people there. We had Senator Merkley. You know, he was one of our keynotes. Okay, there's Rick. There's Matt. That was that show, and then we took the show on the road and we headed out to Denver, Colorado and stuff. We got a huge response out there. I think we had about 500 plus folks show for that. And you see, we had all kinds of different vehicles, fairly large crowd. Most of you guys might know Darren here from Blue Star Gas. He's pretty much been to every one of the shows that I've done now over the last 5 years. And then right after that, we went out to BC and we did the same show. And that was kind of cool. It was much smaller, but it was still cool. And then last but not, or actually, I'm sorry, not last but not least, but then the last show that I did in February here, that was at the Sheraton again. And here's some slides from that. And then I worked on a project with the Sacramento Clean Cities, which is part of their Odyssey Day, and it was their annual fleet show and stuff. So I helped these guys put the show on and stuff, and these are just some pictures from that. It was pretty cool. And now what's coming up? So this is our new show coming up, and I changed the name, just by 2 words. So it's now the Green Transportation Summit and Expo, and this is coming up April 21st and 22nd. We're doing it at the Portland Expo Center. We've kind of outgrown the whole hotel thing now, and we need much more space. So we have 40,000 square feet of space at the Portland Expo Center there, and then I'm really excited to introduce our brand new performance ride and drive. And I'll just kind of touch on this quickly. We normally, like when you do ride and drives, doesn't matter what show it is, you have to stop for people, you got to stop for cars, you got to stop for stop signs, for stoplights. So what I wanted to do was be able to take a actual ride and drive with all these different vehicles and put you on a racetrack, so you have no distractions other than what's in front of you. And so we're really pumped up about this. It's a 2-day show. We have some information on all the different tables and stuff. And I'd love to see all of you guys out there. I think that you'll really benefit from it. We have a lot of really good speakers coming in. We have a lot of really cool vehicles that you haven't seen before, and we have all kinds of different types. So too, we have a lot of utility vehicles coming in. That was a big request for it. So that's that show, or I'm sorry, that's the next show coming up. And then this is what I'm doing now. So I left McCoy Freightliner Transition Solutions. Now I'm with the Advanced Transportation Technology Center at Glen Bend Community College, and I'm the manager of alternative bills and the conference director. So I'm doing a little bit of everything with that before. If you haven't had a chance to see our facility, I would suggest coming out to it. We do have a state-of-the-art facility there. It's pretty phenomenal. We have some of our instructors here today, but we teach conversions. We do biofuel conversions, both propane, CNG, and we do tank certifications for natural gas. We teach a bunch of different things right now, and if you have any questions, I'm here, and I give you guys my business cards. Most of you guys know me, but that's it.
Stand right there for a second. So I do really appreciate what Brian's done here. If I wanted to go see trucks or something like that, I had to go to Indianapolis or LA or something like that. the Northwest just really hasn't had any of these kind of shows that really, where we can go in and see this stuff and kick tires and really have some really good speakers at it. He's done a really good job putting on these series of shows. And hopefully, we can all support it and we can keep this stuff here so we don't have to travel as far, which I'm really appreciative of doing, because those trips back east just kill me. I'm about done with that. But what we have going for you here next, let's go, stay tuned. What we want to do now is, everybody in this room, we're going to give you a discount. And we're going to have that discount up for how long? How long you can keep it up on the website? A couple weeks. So, the full price of this next conference is $249. But if you're a current Clean Cities member and you're in the room today, $100. If you're a non-member, $125. That's a real good discount on this show. And the discount code is CW Clean Cities, all lowercase. So I'm going to leave this up. Well, we're going to give our next award, so you can write this information down. But this is a great thing. Now, if you've already signed up, talk to him, and he'll figure something out for you. But really, everybody, I'd like to give a really good round of applause to Brian here for everything he's done.
What's the rep's website again, Brian, to register? Can you work that out real quick?
gtsummitexpo.com.
Thank you.
And I have it on the flyers here, so if you guys want to check it out, I can give it to you.